Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Dragon Ball Gekko Squadra, and today we are taking a look here at Super Saiyan Bardock. So, this guy actually got nerfed in the most recent patch, and a lot of people are saying that this guy is bad now, or even unusable. I've gotten a couple of comments just on the past few videos regarding that. I've also seen some, people on Twitter and just like talking about this in general, and that is just not really true. Bardock is still very, very good right now, and again, I decided let's go ahead and make a video on him yet again. So, the first part here is just the general farming. I'm just leaving it in here so I could show you guys what was actually changed about Bardock. Now, if we take a look here, his skill 1, the Rebellion Smash, is the one that took the biggest hit. Now, it does basically half the damage it does normally. While it does do slightly extra damage if you, collide an enemy against a wall or another enemy, I think that this change was good. It also had a decrease in its range at the higher levels you reach it. And it also does apply less movement speed decreased, right? So just in general, it's a nerf to skill 1. I think that's fine personally because I don't think his skill 1 really needed to be that great. Like, I think his skill 1 did a bit too much damage for what his role should have been as a tank. Now, the other thing that was nerfed for him is the fact that at higher levels, his skill 2, which applied the Wrath effect, basically drawing enemies towards you. That effect used to last for 2 seconds. Now it only lasts for 1 second, and it basically lasts for 1 second across all 3 levels now. So it did get a nerf there. I don't think it's the biggest deal of all time. I don't really think it's going to make Bardock drastically bad. But yeah, as you see right here, again, kind of consistently fighting in a little bit of a 2v1 situation. Right here, I'm like trying to get back so I could restore some shield and then push back in. I could have used Kaba there, but I decided let me just wait just in case I really do need it. Now, Bardock, the whole thing about him is that he wants to be in these team fights to kind of build up his gauge. Then he gets basically like a built-in steel skin, you could say, just built-in damage reduction. Really, really good for him. I feel like early game he's like slightly worse because his skill 1's not as good, but I don't really think it's a big deal. Honestly, like I feel like the changes are not gonna make him bad in terms of him being a tank, but rather it's not gonna make him super oppressive in terms of the damage he could do. Now, God Vegeta does exist though, so he could be very, very dangerous, especially, paired with God Goku. He has the bleed effect here. We're just trying to kind of make sure we fight for Kai and get him to this farm. Since I'm running build up, I do want to get as much farm as possible. God Vegeta decided to try and ult me there. I'm not sure why he really did that, but it is what it is. Now here I brought out Kaba just to make sure I could get out if I have to. They're being super pushy this time, so I'm like, okay, God Goku's under half HP. If we focus on God Goku here, we could definitely get him dead. And bam, we were able to take care of God Goku here. I rather than decided I'm going to use my ultimate, get Vegeta a bit low here. And Vegeta's not going to be able to basically out-damage both of us. Just in case here, I decided to try and get some shield, but as you see, Diamond Goku was able to take care of Vegeta. Now at this point, I basically have Kai for free, so I'm able to get a little bit of extra HP, XP, I almost said HP, to kind of try and get a lead. And now, of course, God Goku is only barely getting his level 5, and even then, he still will have to travel a bit to go ahead and reach boss. At this point, I decided, let me just make sure I get my heals, start building up my build-up stacks, and start farming. This Gogeta player playing Vegito was like kind of pinging for Jackie Chun. I don't know what that hit was doing there, by the way. Like, hit kind of left boss and decided to try and rat, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to help you. He should have stayed up there to kind of bother that Vegito, and then he kind of doesn't really do anything. He ulted, but like, I don't know. He's not really doing much, and the tower is almost going to be done anyway, so I think he shouldn't have done that. I also placed my Kaba there by accident, which is why I used that emote, because I'm like, oops, that's my bad. It did get out, though, which is good. So for now, we're just kind of continuing to farm. Again, a lot of what's going on now in the new season is just some farming, just making sure that you're able to get as many build stacks as possible, especially with many characters just running build up now. Unfortunately, could not get that Kai. I end up in a 2v1 situation here, and I hold out for as much as I can for my Diamond to come back. But, I don't think I'm able to live here just because once both of their gauges are filled up, they just do so much damage. They do incredibly high damage, and I don't have my Wrath here anymore. I couldn't get my transformation, unfortunately. I just could not get away. Just very sad. If I had just like a little bit more XP, I could have transformed there and could have turned the tables around, but Unfortunately, again, I did miss that Kai right there, bro. It was so close, but since Bardock's skill 1 damage did get nerfed, it's not as easy to secure Kai with it in those specific situations, but it's not really the biggest deal of all time. It hurts us farming a little bit, but Bardock's still able to, get so much extra XP from the farm behind the God of Destruction anyway, since he's going to be in bottom lane. So it's not really the biggest deal. Now, again, we just kind of continue to farm. I mean, at this point, getting ready for boss. I have my transformation now, so I'm just going to try and see if I can have my transformation used in a smart way. I use skill 3 just in case they'd be kind of rushing over, but they're not. And we're just like, okay, well, we got a free Kai here, which is really good. And now boss is starting. So my goal here is to try and be a little annoying to the DPS whenever I see them here. So I'm just waiting to see when God Goku would appear, and there that boy is. He decided to already ult, so did God Vegeta. But since I saw God Vegeta ulting, I decided let me get my transformation off. God Vegeta unfortunately did steal that, but right here we're able to get some picks because of the fact that they kind of invested everything into that fight. Now, I decided we could probably try to get God Vegeta here. It would just be a little tough considering that he has his gauge up. So I decided, hey, instead of me chasing down God Vegeta, let me try to get a hit on this tower right here, just get a little bit of chips started, because we just so far haven't chipped this tower at all. And I'm gonna have my skill 2 up in just a little bit. Dude, this Vegito just like kept missing everything, and they fed top lane Vegito so hard, it was crazy. This is where I took a look here. Bro, top lane Vegito already had at least like 3 snowball stacks at that point, bare minimum. He already had 3 snowball stacks. And then he's already level 10. Like, what happened in top lane for that for that guy to get fed that much? That was crazy, bro. I don't know what happened in top lane right there for that Vegito to just get so fat. Dude, that guy was fat. He was fat and greedy. And he had full snowball stacks. It was pretty dangerous. At this point, they're holding the tower right there, both Vegito and Daima. I didn't even use my skill 2 there, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So since they're holding the tower, I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just take advantage of that, make sure I get some extra farm. Because I feel like since Vegito is really running that, like, kind of double red setup with a bunch of snowball stacks, I wanted to be safe than sorry. Kid Gohan's here. I kind of, like, could have played this better, honestly. I think I didn't mean to use skill 3 there, actually. I meant to skill 1 him into there. But, that is completely on me, actually. I just like misclicked my buttons. Look at how much damage Vegito's doing, bro. With that max, like, just like max snowball stacks. And he had 2 levels on me. Like, I couldn't really do anything. I had to leave. Like, we had to give up that tier 1 tower. It is what it is. I wasn't gonna die and just keep feeding Vegito. Like, that just would be stupid. But because Vegito was fed so much, he has basically a 2-level lead over the entire lobby almost. I mean, I guess our Vegito is almost there and our Daima's there as well. But it's just a little tough, right? At this rate, we're just kind of trying to bother here. Now, in the second half of the game, I think we really start to pull through a little. We don't have any bosses here, so we really need to make sure we secure this one. And I'm trying to keep an eye on tower as well. If we get tripled, it would just be a very, very dangerous thing to happen. Now, Vegito, instead of helping us with boss, decided, hey, no, I'm actually going to not do that. We did get Ribrianne, which is nice. But again, I just, like, there's so much going on. I'm like, hey, you know what? You guys do you. I'm going to just try and get this if I can. Unfortunately, I did get caught by Vegito again, who is 3 levels above me, by the way, which is actually insane. After this, I definitely was like, yeah, I need to farm more for sure. I was able to actually get the tower for my life. I think that was worth it. That was a worth trade. Using my ult to be able to get that tower right there. And again, now that we have a tower advantage, we have a little bit of extra leverage, which is what I was trying to go for there. And you can see, even though Vegito was 3 levels above me as Bardock, I still held my own. I still held my own pretty well. So, I mean, while you see Bardock get a little bit melted, that's because he has like such a huge level advantage. But I feel like in most situations, many characters would just get instantly killed right there. Like, they would not have any chance to live in the first place. So that's why I think, it looks pretty good for him. Now I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna chase after just in case Kid Han tries to come around and just like destroy things. I told Vegeta to go for a boss. I'm like, please, bro, you need to go for that boss right now. We need help to get that boss. Tower is almost down, so I'm like, okay, cool, we might be able to get this. Unfortunately, I think you see that Vegeta was able to steal it. However, because we're getting a bunch of these picks here, that they even though they have triple boss, it's gonna take them a bit to go ahead and get that. At this point, I'm like, I gotta start bugging God Vegeta a little bit and just chasing him down. That way his allies might also chase after me. I think that'd be ideal scenario. And we see again, yeah, they see me down here and they're like, yeah, let's go ahead and try to get a pick. Because I could tell they were like coordinated for sure. They probably were in a stack somehow. Now I'm taking a lot of damage here, but I keep distracting them. Again, I'm finding a 2v1 right here, man. Alright, so that was definitely something. Now, we just kind of wait here. Luckily, basically like a third of the time that they have Triple Boss was wasted because of me. So I was able to hold things off pretty nicely. So, I mean, that definitely worked out. So W hold against Triple Boss right there, dude. I don't know. They should have all realistically pushed for that tower. I'm not sure why they did that, but hey, it is what it is. So, again, I'm level 11 here. Vegeta is still level 13, but I'm pretty much on par with every single part of the enemy team still, so that's good. So if any of them try to go here, I'll be able to have an opportunity to get that. Now Vegito does get away there, unfortunately, but I'm like, okay, let's take what we can get right here. Let's get God Vegeta. I saw Vegito trying to run away, so I tried to use my skill 2 to get him, but I don't know where he went. He might have still been in that cloud. I think it's very, very possible that he still was in that cloud there. At this rate, I'm like, I only have 8 build-up stacks. I definitely need to get a little bit more. That's another part of why I think, you know, I wasn't as tanky here. I just didn't have as many stacks as I would have liked. Of course, you know, that thing just came in and just so stupid. I can't believe that's a thing. What's it called? The search trap is so stupid, man. I'm almost at level 12, though. So now I would be basically level gapping the enemy tank, which is really good. At this point, I'm like, okay, I'm coming in. I'm going to try and ult onto the tower. But they actually do get out of the way, which does kind of really suck, but it is what it is. So at this rate, it's kind of just trying to at least get some extra picks. We did get a pick off God Goku. Gohan's almost dead, but unfortunately, he does end up being able to heal. I do end up barely escaping God Vegeta, but then Vegito comes in. Dude, this Vegito is so annoying. And he skill 2s right in front of me before I use my skill 1, man. That just sucks. Luckily right here, dude, like, look how much they have to do to kill me, brother. Look at that. I'm getting attacked by Vegito and God Goku, and then I get ulted on. Crazy. So that's pretty funny. Vegito had died, so I guess he just switched out his snowball for his lightning slash or lightning step, whatever. I actually forgot the exact name. I don't use that card. It's pretty bad. Like it's very mediocre. You're better off of just keeping snowball and getting some stacks up still. Like right there, he could have had a snowball stack and he would have already like been in a better situation. This Gogeta guy annoyed me because he just kept pinging, and I'm like, bro. Yeah. He keeps pinging! Dude, that annoyed me. And then, I think the hate wanted to surrender. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening here. But luckily, we were able to get God Goku there. Got him taken care of. Another thing that really sucks, by the way, is I had like 2 MVP matches recorded for Bardock. And they went so well, but then I was screen sharing when I was recording and it messed up the recording. So that's just super unfortunate. Right here, I'm like, okay, perfect. Diamond ult. Then I ult. We get some extra hits in the tower potentially. But then God Vegeta decided, hey, I'm also just going to be here as well. And again, I'm just trying to get chips on this tower here. Luckily, we have some iframes available, so that's fine. I don't have much of my passive up at all, so I could definitely get bursted down here. It could be a little bit dangerous, but we're good from here. I try to get out of the search trap, but it does actually kill me. However, it does get a hit on Vegito. So that's good. That was very annoying. This match actually goes on for a very long time. And it was the first match I had, so I'm like, okay. At this point now, though, I do have 10 stacks of build up with Bardock. We have level 13 now, I believe, right? So, I mean, we're looking pretty good just in general. W hits getting the tower chips. I feel like that hit was a bot. I genuinely do think that hit was a bot, bro. I'm not sure. This Vegito didn't really defend tower the best. He kind of just like tried though, you know. At this point, I'm like, okay, well, might as well skill 3, try to go ahead and get the actual Dragon Ball. Vegito just kind of stood there, but like, realistically, I mean, there's only 2 alive. We have vision on 1. So, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. We're just waiting here for Daima's ult to become available again. So then right here, I could just Wrath. Then we have Daima's ult available if needed. And now that was destroyed. We actually went to Xenos here. So I'm like, oh, wow. That's kind of crazy. But anyways, we got the Dragon Ball. GG. Pretty good. Yeah, that was the first match. Very annoying, honestly. Again, I did die quite a bit, but dude, they let that Vegito in top lane just like absolutely level cap most of the lobby. It was crazy. I genuinely like, I'm like, damn, that's insane. That wasn't even a build up Vegito either. If that was a build up Vegito, he would have been very hard to fight, right? But it would have maybe helped me a little bit with my passive, so who knows? Either way, now we have the second match here where we're going against a Cooler. Now I do skip ahead to this part of the fight because like, the beginning farm doesn't really matter. It's the same as pretty much every single time. So I tried to reach this God Goku to use my Wrath on him, but unfortunately I couldn't. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and take Cooler away from God Goku, do a little burst damage to him, and bam, Cooler is dead. I try to get Super Saiyan 2 Goku here, but I say God Goku. I meant Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You guys get the point. So right here he tries to take this from me, but I do end up stealing it because I used my skill 1 to get the final hits, which is a W. So this is skill 2 cooldown and hammers, I believe. So this is just a Mickey Mouse game mode. Honestly, like I really do not like any of these right here, right? I really am not a fan of them, but it is what it is. So either way, we're just kind of killing these guys, reaching level 5. Now I have at least 1 stack of buildup already a minute into the match, so that's looking really, really nice for us. Now I'm like, okay, I'm going to go directly on Super Saiyan 3 Goku and lead his Kamehameha away, which is what I do. Bam. And I think my Daima got the Kai. Unfortunately, this Goku was able to get away there. I tried to use my skill 2, but Cooler I-framed through my Wrath. So I'm like, okay, well, that's great. Thanks, Cooler. That's awesome. At this point, I'm like, I'm going to just keep farming. Last game, I feel like I could have done better at farming. So this is why this game, I'm like a little bit more focused on making sure I get the farmer on the map. We're about to fight for Kai again soon. Anyways, like a lot of this farm back here, I could have gone. And that would have been so many build-up stacks. But I decided to try and chase him down. That probably just wasn't the move. Like, you want to make sure you prioritize that. I stunned Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He can't really do anything. Now, though, we do have the ability to push towers. So I'm like, you know, in this situation, it would be okay to go ahead and push forward. I'm just kind of holding them off, making sure that they're not able to attack my God Goku. But then again, I'm like, boss is about to come up. Let me go ahead and get my transformation ready for boss. And try to hit just like level 7 for both of us. I think that would be ideal. And if we're both able to hit level 7, again, we'll be looking really nice. So at least I'm able to hit level 7 here, get my transformation, which does give me a pretty considerable size increase, so that's good. And now we can just go ahead and go on boss here. They're going right for Kai. Super Saiyan 2 Goku is literally on level 5. So my goal here is to try and kill him, which is why I ulted. But again, he was pretty good with the skill 2 usage, I can't lie. So at this rate, I'm just like, okay, let me help them melt down this boss here. This was very close. Well, actually, no, not this one. It was another match I was thinking that's very close. And right here, you can see, I mean, especially when you have a slight level advantage, like Bardock just starts to really bully people, right? Which, again, is a good thing. So, at this point, I was fighting a 2v2 right here against Ultimate Gohan and Cooler and just kind of holding my own, right? Continuing to AoE attack them since I'm really good at these team fights. I almost kill Ultimate Gohan, but he stuns me. Cooler stuns me and Ultimate Gohan gets away. Then I get hit right there. I just, dang, that's really did suck. And I'm able to survive for so long, even with Cooler just kind of using a bunch of his skills right there. I'm like, let me try to get a little chip on the tower here. Now we have Super Saiyan 2 Goku as well. I try to give myself the extra health. And at this point, my goal is to get away. Super Saiyan 2 Goku uses his skill right there to block me off. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose. I almost feel like that wasn't on purpose. I genuinely don't know. But that was annoying. He literally used his skill to block me off there. I really don't think that was on purpose. I didn't even know that could do that. But that is what happened. So, I was just very stupid. Anyways, good play from Goku right there. At this point, I have my max Wrath, so now I'm able to hit a very, very wide range here. And at this point, I could probably just melt down that tower, so that's what I'm personally going for, is to get the final hit there on the God of Destruction. I tried to go ahead and get a hammer, but it wasn't able to break the wall. However, I do have a hammer here, so I'm like, okay, well, this works out for me. W hammers. And now I just continue to apply pressure to the back tower so that they're going to have to come back here. So at least take someone off of the fight in mid right there. Ah, man, those are so close. I think Ultimate Gohan was barely able to get me there. I was so close to be able to land that max. That annoyed me. But, yeah, they actually surrender here. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that happens. That was pretty fun. So, again, there wasn't really much that went on there. So the stats are pretty low. Now, finally, here we have this match against just like another stack here is what I assume. I mean, I'm only in like a duels here. Like, I'm not actually like stacking. I'm just in a like lane with someone else specifically. Anyways, with that all in mind, we're just continuing on to get some farm right here. My lane partner went Vegito, so at this rate, we're in a Broly cell lane, so I'm actually able to bully them pretty easily. I decided, hey, let's go for Broly first, since he's the one that's actually going to do a lot of damage regardless. And we'll just be able to kill him right there. Bam. Shoved him into the wall to do the extra damage. Try to do the same with Cell there, but I actually missed my input. Not that it really matters here. Then at this rate, we just kind of steal their farm and continue to keep a level advantage. I mean, we're already almost about to be level 5. So that's really good. Vegito didn't have to transform either. So he's able to save that free, like, just like level up in general. Just for later on in the fight, which is really nice. Especially since they won't be able to make it to our God of Destruction before then. At this rate, I'm like, okay, I'm just getting the final hits of these guys, making sure that we're able to get these stacks. As both of us are running build up here, because build up is the best option on both of these characters, Bardock and Vegito here. I didn't really need a full heal because, again, I'm not really like stressed about Cell or anything like that here. We do get the Kai, which is really nice, and at this point, we're able to bully Cell a little bit. I could use my skill 3 here, but I didn't really care too much. I almost have my Wrath available just in a few seconds, but I'm able to actually iframe through Broly's ultimate, which is really funny here. Now, this Broly eventually actually ends up being able to do some pretty decent damage to me because of the fact that he actually runs, he's probably running Prepare to Die, and I kept charging in at, like, lower HP situations. To be fair, he ran, like, triple red in general, so I'm just like, okay. Bro really wanted that damage for Broly there. However, at the same time, it does make you very weak defensively. So at the same time, Broly's able to get caught pretty easily. I guess here, though, we don't really have any Energy Blast characters, right? Like, if we had a God Goku, Broly would be zero issue. Or Kefla. Vegito does do some energy damage with this skill 1, but that's really it. I am able to heal, though, so I'm like, okay, well, let me just get my transformation off anyways, because I would like the extra stats. I decided, let me go ahead and help to the boss fight regardless. I don't really care about pushing for the tower right there. We see Cells on bot, and now we're able to just kind of get a pick off someone, which right here, Ultimate Gohan, use my skill 2, so his hammer is directed towards me mostly. Ultimate Gohan's dead now. We had God Goku dead, so at this rate, this should be a free boss pretty much, unless we just kind of fumble, but I don't really think that would be the case there. My goal here is, okay, well, I know Bardock was coming, or Broly was coming, so let me try and distract him a little bit here. Broly tried to transform there, but he was not able to. So at this point, I decided, let me use my skill 3. Let's stop Cell. Cell's just kind of moving around, so let me hit him into this wall right here so he's having a hard time to get back. I use my Wrath here, keep Cell from running away, and then Cell's able to be demolished there. So I'm like, that's really good. At this point, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and get more of this farm, because I'm only at, what, 4 build-up stacks, level 7. I could definitely do a little better, right? Getting level 8 by the time the second boss comes around, though, is pretty standard, though, I feel like, at this point. You could definitely hit, like, higher, though, if you're being really, really good at farming here. So I'm going right for this guy, getting as much XP as possible. And, yeah, we're just kind of waiting. We're thinking about pushing for this tower, but I was just waiting around for Vegito if we're going to go ahead and do that. It was only Broly there, so I'm like, hey, Vegito, let me go ahead and get this hammer. And I was able to get the hammer there, so that's really good. Now, this is where Broly does a lot of damage to me, because he actually did have Pursuer, and I was low HP. So I'm like, okay, damn, that's a lot. Unfortunately, Broly was pushed out of my ult, so that does really suck. I was thinking about actually recalling there, but I'm like, there's no point. This is where I realized, oh, they're running full red, so that's why I took a lot of damage. Because he's running full red, brother. That's actually so crazy. At this point, I'm like, okay, let me get these final hits on here, get a little bit of extra XP, and make sure that I get yummy build-up stacks, bro. You're going to hear me talking about getting build-up stacks quite a lot. Broly tried to go ahead and go for our tower, but you couldn't really do anything there. That did a lot of damage, man. Oh my goodness. But I still live. Because, again, Broly's so weak now. So, I barely lived, but, I mean, hey. Look at that full rad setup, bro. What a demon. Full rad Broly. I could never, brother. This Gotenks as well is running full blue, so that was pretty funny. Now, luckily, our Diamond Goku kept getting these boss secures, so that's really nice. And, yeah. Yeah, dude, he's running Pursuer. Lightning Swift is crazy. Oh, that's so funny. Man. At this rate, I'm almost level 11, so I'm like, oh. We're looking nice. I actually didn't want to level my ult there. I should have leveled up my skill 3, honestly. But it doesn't, like, matter at this point. We're kind of just, like, level gapping for the most part. I guess I'm not, like, super level gapping, but I'm a level above the entire team at bare minimum. So I'm like, okay, let me grab this hammer. Let's go ahead and go for this God of Destruction, get a little bit of hits on there. Ultimate Gohan and Cell had the same idea. But I'm like, yep, let's go ahead and get some extra hits on this. I don't know why I tried to max here, honestly. I should have just gotten some normal hits on the tower, but it is what it is. I got my Wrath here, used my ult, bam. We're able to just take care of that guy a little bit. Broly actually ulted me, but as you see, Broly's ultimate is so slow and bad at this point that you could just get out of it. And at this point, I'm like scared because he almost does get me because I'm super low HP, but I'm able to get away. And that's because Broly's ult got nerfed. Yeah, his best tool in his kick got nerfed. Basically, the by far the best thing that he has. And this is a triple red Broly, by the way, so he does get a damage boost in general, just from having triple red cards. I mean, I'm not going to act like Pursue or, like, Prepare to Die are, like, necessarily the best cards to use, though, so I don't know, man. It's still just kind of funny that I have just, like, no worries about him, pretty much. Like, it's really whatever. I grab another hammer, and I'm like, okay, well, it's time to go for boss again. It seems like Cell noticed that I was going for boss, so he actually went back. But again, I kind of just don't care, so I just push in right here, because I'm like, okay, unless my team like fumbles, I don't really think I would have an issue. At this rate, I'm just vanishing over and just getting some extra hits on the tower. Unfortunately, Cell did actually decide to ult me there, so I'm like, okay, well, you know, you're annoying. But luckily, there's another hammer here, so I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just use my skill, come back around here, and now we can continue to hammer down this God of Destruction. Boop. There it is, and try to get a little bit of chips on the tower. Now I realize, oh, we lost that team fight pretty badly, is what I was thinking, right? So I'm like, that's a little bit dangerous. I just said, oh, I'm just going to go straight for their God of Destruction again at first, but then I saw they were all there, so I'm like, let me try to help secure that, honestly. Cell actually stole that, which is very annoying. However, I do use my ult to push back Ultimate Gohan. Broly does actually kill me with his Blaster Meteor there. Probably because he did use his Vanish. And I realized we're all dead. That's not good at all. So I'm praying for this Gotenks to lock in. However, this Gotenks actually did do pretty well. This match, he even got MVP. So that's pretty funny. He had the most kills. So for a full blue Gotenks, man, I mean, this guy is like top 5 Gotenks NA, bro. Like, he cooked. He cooked. At this rate, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold the tower. I'm going to just like hard defend here. We're going to have them go for triple boss. As long as we get triple boss, we literally have no issue. We push and we win. That's kind of the game plan here. So I just need to make sure I really, really hold things. So it's a little boring from here on out. But, I mean, Bardock is a pretty straightforward character regardless. He can make some really good plays, can set up some really good plays. Very, very tanky character. I mean, as you see, you guys saw, like, I'm no tank main professional, but I mean, this guy has so much abilities in his kit that are just still so good. I have my ult here, just in case I decide, hey, I'm going to go ahead and push, right? I'm going to get a little drink of my coffee. And there we go. Even though our Diamond Goku and Gotenks did die, they tried to also surrender. I'm not sure what happened there, but it doesn't really matter because they revived pretty quickly. At this rate, I know I'm going to get 4 mans, but I'm just going to go ahead and go for the tower kill. Arguably, I could have saved my, I could have saved myself a little bit better there, but I just got jumped by all 4 of them. So I'm like, oh, okay. And they melted me down because I didn't really have my passive up. And another thing is they have full reds. They're all running reds. They're all running damage cards. So, you know, when you get tagged by 4 people all running damage cards, without your skill too, it's a little tough, but anyways, that is the match. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know what y'all are thinking about Bardock now, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.